When they backed a flatbed trailer onto my property and started dismantling my solar array, I didn't argue. I just stood on my porch, recording every bolt they loosened and every wire they snipped. The HOA president, a man named Sterling, handed me a notice of abatement. He said, "Your glass panels are a glare hazard and an industrial blemish. We're doing the neighborhood a favor." What Sterling didn't realize was that I'm a retired grid load engineer. My property sits on the only high ground with a direct line of sight to the regional utility's main relay station. For months, the HOA had been pressuring me to sell my eyesore of a property so they could expand their fancy gated entrance. When I refused, they turned to sabotage, using a loophole in the bylaws to claim my solar panels were unauthorized structures. They seized my equipment, claiming it was for safe storage until I paid their ridiculous fines. I didn't sue them right away. I waited. Specifically, I waited for the summer heat wave. When the temperatures hit 110 degrees, the local transformer blew under the strain of 300 air conditioners, and the entire development went dark. Well, almost the entire development. My house was fine. You see, when they took my panels, they didn't know about the backup battery system buried in my garage. But more importantly, I had a legal agreement with the utility company. Because my land was the highest point, I hosted the smart grid node that controlled automated power restoration for the entire block. I walked down to the HOA office where the board members were sitting in the dark, sweating through their expensive shirts. Sterling looked at me, desperate. "The utility says the relay is offline. They can't reset the grid remotely. Can you help?" I leaned against the doorframe. "I'd love to, Sterling, but the equipment I need to access that relay was powered by the solar array you hauled away. Without that dedicated power source, the node is locked out. A technician from the city will take at least 3 days to get here." The room went silent. 3 days in that heat would mean thousands in spoiled food and ruined wine cellars. "What do you want?" Sterling growled. "My equipment returned and reinstalled by professionals," I said. "A written apology for the glare hazard, and a permanent easement that prevents the HOA from ever touching my property again. Oh, and you're repaying for the emergency consulting fee I am about to charge you." They had my panels back on the roof by sunset. I flipped the switch, the relay reset, and the neighborhood lights hummed back to life. Sterling resigned a month later, citing personal stress. Now, my panels tilt toward the sun every morning, and the only glare they produce is the one I give any board member who dares to walk past my fence. Sometimes, the best way to show people the light is to let them sit in the dark for a while. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to BestWithB12 for more videos.